Let's make some teeny tiny paintings. Hello everyone! So since the holidays are approaching, I thought it would be fun to make some cute ornaments. It is Arteza that has provided me with the supplies today, so thank you very much. So we have some outdoor acrylic paints, tiny paintbrushes, and these wood slices. Or you can really smell the wood, it smells like forest. So we have a set of 20 outdoor acrylic paints. I'm not really sure what's the difference between regular acrylic paint and outdoor acrylic paint would be, but maybe the outdoor one is more durable, I don't know. And it comes in cute little bottles. So there we have those. Then we have the set of 15 miniature paintbrushes, 5 liner ones, 5 spot ones, and 5 round ones. And I'm not really sure what spot means. Maybe you can make like little dots with them. And the little protection tubes are coming off. Oh, look how tiny they are. Then we have the wood slices. We got 45 of them in natural pine with bark. They are pre-sanded, polished, smooth surface, and perfect for arts and crafts. Oh, they are actually a little bigger than I thought they would be. We even got some strings so that we can hang them up. That is neat. So this is what it looks like, and they all got pre-drilled holes so that you can put strings in them and hang them up like ornaments. Yeah, a little bigger than I thought they would be, so maybe they won't be teeny tiny paintings but just tiny paintings. Anyways, it is still a pretty small surface to paint on, so yeah, I am very excited to get started. This one is actually a little smaller than this one, and I really like the rings. Oh, it is so pretty. But I don't really know what to paint though. I think I'm actually gonna ask you guys on Instagram to see what fun suggestions you will come up with. So there we go, hope I get some interesting suggestions. Also, I will have links to all the Arteza art supplies that is shown in this video down in the description box below, and there will also be a discount code for you guys to use in their store. I am not sponsored, but it is affiliate links, which means that every purchase that is made through these links will help me out a little, but to no extra cost for you guys, of course. Arteza have a bunch of affordable and good quality art supplies in their online store. I really recommend you to check them out. I really love how different all the wood slices look in both shapes and sizes. What I first did was to do a little test on one of the wood slices just to see how the paint works on it and how the brushes felt. And yeah, you shouldn't judge any of these materials on this ugly little painting. I was having a rather art blocky day and this flower looks like poop. However, I managed to gather some information from this test, so it wasn't all for nothing. So what I learned from my first try, and that is why you should always try out your art supplies if you're working with new materials before diving into your project. The slices are a little dusty, so it really helped to first clean them off with a lightly damped towel, just so that the surface is smooth and clean for the paint to stick to, and so that there won't be any dust particles sticking to the paintbrush. The first comment I picked to paint is from Caroline Pinkstorm that wanted me to paint my cats. I got quite a few comments saying I should paint cats, and I wonder why. So I'm painting my two fur babies, Sally and Ludwig. Sally is the one with the yellow eyes and Ludwig is the one with the green eyes. I started with making a white base, and when I did the test painting I noticed that the paint is very covering and very opaque and smooth to paint with, so I didn't really need to prime the wood beforehand, but since the wood has this natural color and the wood circle texture things, I thought it would be easier to focus and make smaller details when working on a plain white surface. Sally has a bit of a warmer tone to her fur, so I mixed this beige sand color with white, like a warm gray kind of. Ludwig is more silver colored, so here I could just use straight up black and white to make a gray. And as you may have noticed, I painted little wings on Ludwig's portrait, and that is because he sadly passed away a few months ago. So now he is a little angel kitty. It has been a very tough time these past months, but it felt good making this little portrait of him. I think I really needed to do that because he is so terribly missed. Adding all the stripes to the fur and making the outlines really made these two little portraits coming together. It was one of my favorite parts when making these little paintings. Also, using these tiny brushes made it a whole lot easier to paint all the smaller details, and they kept their shape really well throughout this whole project. In my experience, smaller paintbrushes tend to lose their shape pretty quickly, but these brushes seems quite durable. And I debated with myself if I should add a background or if I should just leave them with this wooden texture, but I spent so much time working on these paintings and I really wanted the portraits to pop, so I went with backgrounds anyway, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So here you have them, my two little fur babies. I think I really captured the playfulness and a little goofiness of Sally and the spirit of the more restricted but very curious and kind Ludwig. So Miss Shadadingus, and I hope I said that right, wanted me to paint some mushrooms or cats, but since I've already painted cats, here you have some mushrooms. I thought the shape of this wood slice was very fitting for the mushroom shapes. So for some reason, and I don't know if it is only here in Sweden or if it is in other countries too, but fly agaric or fly agaric or however you say that, you know, the red mushrooms with white dots are often associated with Christmas here. We often decorate with them, not the real deal of course, just ornaments, but we put them in our advent candle holders, in our Christmas trees, they are on holiday greeting cards and so on. I have no idea why, maybe because they are red and white like Christmas colors, but mushrooms usually grow around summer and fall and not so much around Christmas here, so that is a bit of a mystery to me, but they are very pretty though, and I think this little painting turned out so cute. Rainbow Frost Galaxy suggested I should paint a galaxy night sky, so I made this little winter forest sky scene. It is super simple, but I think it turned out adorable. I found a wood slice with a particularly thick bark border, and I thought it was very fitting for this forest theme. And yeah, I pretty much just made a purple gradient background, which was a little trickier to make with acrylic paint since it dries so freaking fast, so it is hard to make a smooth gradient. Then I added some snowy white trees and some stars. To be honest, I was planning to make a few more advanced paintings, but then I got a little sick in the middle of the project, so I had to limit myself a little. But still, simple is still cute. Let me know if you would like to see more tiny paintings on wood in the future, and maybe I can pick more of your comments to paint. Our next painting is suggested by Florid Wolf, and this one I made in a more stylized style where I threw all anatomy and proportions out the window and I just had fun with it. And I know that this Arctic fox looks a little more like a bobcat or lynx with the ears. Arctic foxes usually have a bit more rounded ears, but I really love how it turned out anyway. I looked up some references and I saw this fox with one brown and one blue eye, and I thought it looked so cute, and it also adds some interest to the painting with the yellow in all the blue and white. And for this one too, I think it really came together when I started to add the outlines. It turned out so pretty. And lastly, suggested by Frazen, and I hope I said that right, I love all witchy things. Even though crystals aren't just used by witches, it is to me also a little associated with that sort of things, and I've got a pretty little crystal and mineral collection myself, and I'm trying to learn more about them and their powers and qualities. It is very interesting and fascinating. Amethyst are one of my favorites, so that is what I'm painting. Amethyst got healing powers and gives balance and protections among other things, and it is purple, one of my favorite colors. I watered down the paint a little so that you can see more of the wood texture through it, to give it more of a see-through feeling, like a crystal. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So that's all the tiny little painting ornaments that I managed to make this time. As I said, I plan to make even more, but I am happy with the ones I made and I had so much fun with them. I hope you like them too. Thanks for all the suggestions, and thanks Arteza for the lovely art supplies. Don't forget to check out their website for more delicious art supplies. Thanks for watching, I hope I will see you next time. Keep drawing, my happy cat. Bye!